Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. Mirra Andreeva versus Amanda Anisimova at the 2025 Miami Open. We're going to get into it. It's a very interesting matchup because they've never played before. Mirra Andreeva is coming off an incredible run of form, of course, winning Indian Wells and before that Dubai. So she's looking to win a third straight Masters title in a row. For Amanda Anisimova, she's actually won her own Masters 1000 title not too long ago, the tournament before Dubai in Doha, and she'll be looking to find and replicate some of that form in this match against Andreeva. So two newly crowned Masters 1000 champions going up against each other. Before you do get into it though, remember to hit that like button, do subscribe if you're new, and do leave a rating and review if you're listening on a podcast platform. Also, do enable notifications if you're watching on YouTube in your settings, and also make sure you click that bell button on our channel. Okay, so as I said, they've never played before and both players are looking pretty good in their respective matches early doors here in Miami. Now in this matchup, it's going to be a real clash of styles. We've got a 17-year-old in Mirra Andreeva who has a very diverse game for someone of not just her age, but just generally on tour. And we know that she defends extremely well, but she also has a very big serve nowadays after she's grown in terms of her skill set, her maturity, but also just physically as well, got stronger. And she has this ability to transition from defense to attack quite seamlessly. For Anisimova, it's all about, as the Americans would say, offense. It's all about her attacking on the front foot, trying to dictate in the points and really taking time away from her opponents and almost blowing them off court at times. She also has a big serve herself, but she is all about trying to get on the front foot and be the one dictating from the first shot onwards. So she's quite proactive on the return. She will take calculated risks, and she's not one to be particularly cautious. So we will see some unforced errors from her side, but especially recently, we've seen a lot more winners compared to unforced errors. So it's a balancing act, I think, for Anisimova. And she doesn't have, in terms of general style, she doesn't have a plan B because she's not one of those players who's going to play really well off the back foot, and she's not an elite mover like Andreeva. So she's a very good mover, but she's just not elite like Andreeva. So we're not going to see her slicing and dicing it and defending really well out of the corners, whereas Andreeva will be able to do that. So the question is, how does this one play out? Well, I think for me, Anisimova, as I've just mentioned and touched upon, I think she'll need to be the aggressor in this match. And we know that Andreeva can defend extremely well, but if Andreeva is able to dictate a lot of the points and able to play on the front foot and feel comfortable, I think it's going to be a comfortable win for the 17-year-old. Unless, for whatever reason, she level-wise is really well below what we've seen from her in the last few weeks and hits a load of unforced errors that are unexpected, and then maybe she almost hands the win to Anisimova. I don't see her losing on the front foot. At least playing on the front foot for the majority of the points anyways. For Anisimova, she needs to serve well, hit her spots, make sure that Andreeva's not able to get into those return games comfortably. We've seen Andreeva return extremely well against top servers like Sabalenka, Rybakina, and the like. So Anisimova, I think, will need to be smart with her serve placement. Keep Andreeva second guessing. Also be prepared for the forehand slice return and the forehand slice generally for that change up. Anisimova would need to be very proactive on her feet. Make sure that she's being super aggressive with her footwork and trying to get forward when possible. When I mean forward, I don't necessarily mean to the net, but I mean making sure that she is hitting through the court, trying to take any opportunities of shorter length in terms of the shots coming from Andreeva's side. Anything that's slightly shorter, that sits up a little bit, that she takes advantage of it. And the courts will, I think, suit Anisimova slightly more. The quicker courts than in Indian Wells. They're not as high bouncing, so Andreeva likes to hit with a lot of spin at times. There's not going to be that advantage. Anisimova is a very flat hitter, so this is a really good opportunity for her to hit through the court, rush Andreeva, and try and get some free points on her serve with not just her forehand but her backhand as well. She's got a great backhand line. Andreeva's backhand line is up there. I mean, it's phenomenal as well. So keep an eye out for both their backhands down the line. I think they're really incredible weapons. And I think Anisimova needs to be the one that, we're talking about backhand on the line, she needs to be the one going line first. And it's going to be a difficult one because she doesn't want to go line prematurely and then Andreeva makes her pay. But she also doesn't want to be, comfortable going cross and then Andreeva's the one that actually really takes the point by the scruff of the neck and is the one who's able to play the point on her terms. So I think, Anisimova, she's going to have to play near her best. I think on the return games as well, she's going to have to step in, take it early. I mean, the first serve from Andreeva is, we're talking about sub 100 mile per hour. The second serve is actually close to 100 mile per hour mark. So she hits a big kicker on the second serve. It's not going to be as potent in Miami. So Anisimova might be able to just stand on the baseline or just inside the baseline even. Take it early. She's very tall. She doesn't mind taking the ball on the rise. So I think she needs to try and really take advantage of those second serve return points and push Andreeva in those games. For Andreeva, she just needs to do what she's been doing, in honesty, in terms of having the variety. And, she doesn't want to be playing on the back foot throughout the whole match, as I've mentioned, because Anisimova, that gives her the chance, in my opinion, to potentially go on and win this match. But if she's able to control large periods of this match with the serve, especially, is going to be a key for that, of course, as we know, then I think there's definitely a very high percentage chance she's going to get the win. Prediction-wise, I'm going to go with Andreeva. I just think it's very difficult to look away from her. As I said, I think if she does lose, I think it will be down to, yes, Anisimova. I think Anisimova, there's two ways that Andreeva can lose. One, Anisimova just red lines, and that could happen. She's got such an explosive game and then just hits Andreeva off the court. Or two, Andreeva just makes a whole host of errors that we weren't expecting. The level's really low compared to what we have seen in the last few weeks, and she gives Anisimova a helping hand. Let me know in the comment section below who you think is going to win and why. Thanks very much, guys. Stay safe and well. We'll see you in the next video.